Polar bear. It is the largest land carnivore on Earth, and it lives almost entirely on sea ice in the Arctic. Unlike most bears, the polar bear is a dedicated hunter of meat, specifically ringed and bearded seals, which it catches by waiting patiently near gaps in the ice. Its white fur is not actually white at each individual strand, but rather transparent, reflecting the light around it. Beneath that fur, its skin is jet black, absorbing heat from the sun. Polar bears are strong swimmers and have been tracked crossing hundreds of miles of open ocean. They are uniquely built for cold, with thick layers of fat and fur that keep them alive in temperatures that would kill most animals. Brown bear. Found across North America, Europe, and parts of Asia, the brown bear is one of the most widespread bear species in the world. It varies enormously by region. The grizzly and the massive Kodiak bear of Alaska are both brown bears. They eat almost anything: berries, fish, roots, insects, and occasionally large mammals. In autumn, they enter hyperphagia, consuming enormous amounts of food daily to build fat reserves before hibernation. Brown bears are highly adaptable and have survived in environments ranging from dense forests to open tundra. Their size and strength make them one of the most dominant animals in any ecosystem they inhabit. American black bear. Despite the name, American black bears come in a range of colors, including brown, cinnamon, and even blonde. They are the most common bear in North America, found from Canada down through parts of Mexico. Black bears are intelligent and adaptable, which explains why they have thrived even as human development has expanded into wild areas. They tend to avoid confrontation and prefer to flee rather than fight. Their diet shifts with the seasons, moving between insects, berries, nuts, and whatever is available. They also have a remarkable memory for food locations, returning to productive spots year after year. Giant panda. Genetic research confirmed it is a true bear, though for a long time its classification was debated. The giant panda lives only in cool, mist-covered mountain forests in central China, where bamboo grows in abundance. Bamboo makes up almost its entire diet, which is unusual for an animal descended from carnivores. Because bamboo is low in nutrition, pandas must eat for most of the day just to meet their energy needs. Their distinctive black and white coloring remains a subject of scientific discussion, with theories pointing to camouflage or social signaling. Once critically endangered, conservation efforts in China have slowly helped stabilize wild populations in recent decades. Sun bear. It is the smallest bear species in the world, found in the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia. Sun bears rarely exceed 65 kilograms, yet they are strong, agile, and fiercely defensive when threatened. They are named for the pale crescent marking on their chest, which differs between individuals. Their most remarkable feature is their exceptionally long tongue, used to extract honey, insects, and grubs from tree crevices. Sun bears spend more time in trees than most bear species and are largely nocturnal. Rapid deforestation across Southeast Asia has significantly reduced their habitat, and they are currently listed as vulnerable to extinction. Spectacled bear. It is the only bear native to South America, living primarily in the Andes Mountains from Venezuela to Bolivia. Pale markings around its eyes give it a distinctive appearance, and no two individuals have exactly the same facial pattern. Spectacled bears are mostly plant-based eaters, feeding on fruit, bromeliads, and cacti, though they occasionally eat small animals. They are elusive and solitary, spending significant time in trees. They are also the closest living relatives of the prehistoric short-faced bears that once roamed the Americas. Habitat loss and hunting have placed pressure on their populations, and they are currently considered vulnerable across much of their range. Asiatic black bear. Found across a broad stretch of Asia, from Iran through the Himalayas into China, Korea, and Japan, this bear carries a distinctive cream-colored V-shaped mark on its chest, earning it the nickname moon bear. It is medium-sized, smaller than a brown bear, but notably aggressive relative to its size. Asiatic black bears spend considerable time in trees, feeding on fruit, nuts, and vegetation. In parts of Asia, they have long been targeted for use in traditional medicine, which has severely impacted their populations. They are also a source of human-wildlife conflict in rural areas, particularly in Japan and parts of China. Sloth bear. It looks unlike most bears. Shaggy, loose-furred, with a long mobile snout and large curved claws. The sloth bear of South Asia evolved specifically for eating insects, particularly termites and ants. It has lost 2 front teeth to create a gap it uses like a tube, sucking up insects from mounds with an audible noise. Found across India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan, Sloth bears are more active at night and tend to avoid open areas. One of their most distinctive behaviors is carrying cubs on their backs, something no other bear species does. Despite their specialized diet, they also eat fruit and honey when available. Kermode bear. It is a rare color variant of the American black bear, found almost exclusively in the coastal rainforests of British Columbia, Canada. Some individuals are born with white or cream fur due to a recessive gene. Not albinism, but a separate genetic trait. First Nations communities of the region have regarded this bear as sacred for generations, referring to it as the spirit bear. Research has found that white Kermode bears catch salmon more efficiently than black ones, likely because fish cannot spot them against the bright sky above. Most Kermode bears are still black, and the white individuals represent only a small fraction of the total population. Kodiak bear. It is a subspecies of the brown bear found only on the Kodiak archipelago in Alaska, isolated from other brown bear populations for roughly 12,000 years. Over that time, it grew into the largest brown bear on the planet. Males can exceed 680 kilograms and stand nearly 1.5 meters at the shoulder. The Kodiak's exceptional size is largely attributed to the rich salmon runs in the region, which provide a concentrated source of fat and protein each year. Despite their enormous size, Kodiak bears are generally less aggressive toward humans than many other large predators. The archipelago supports a stable and carefully managed population today. Grizzly bear. It is the inland form of the North American brown bear, named for the silver-tipped, grizzled appearance of its coat. Grizzlies once ranged across much of the western United States, but hunting and habitat loss confined them to mountain wilderness areas. Today, healthy populations remain in Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and throughout much of Canada and Alaska. The pronounced muscle hump on their shoulders powers their digging, which they use to find roots, ground squirrels, and to excavate dens. Grizzlies are central to the cultures of many indigenous peoples of North America, and debates around their conservation and management remain active in several U.S. states. Himalayan brown bear. It is one of the largest animals found in the Himalayan region, living at high altitudes across Afghanistan, Pakistan, northern India, Nepal, and parts of China. It is a subspecies of the brown bear, but it has adapted specifically to harsh mountain environments, often found above the tree line. Its fur tends to be sandy brown to reddish, and it hibernates for extended periods during the severe mountain winters. The Himalayan brown bear feeds on grasses, roots, insects, and small mammals. It holds a deep place in local folklore and is widely believed by many researchers to be the origin of the Yeti legend, based on its unusual tracks and upright posture when standing.